Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Charania.
Hey, Sean.
We feel so stupid. We last night, while we're sitting there watching Michael Jordan at his house, it looked beautiful, by the way. I assume he's got a lot of those different rooms, and we saw his house in Illinois that was for sale, still for sale, everything like that. Beautiful place. He's earned it all. Congratulations to him. He's built a lot of different businesses for other people. I think Chicago Bulls, the NBA would say this, the Jordan brand would obviously say this, Space Jam potentially. I mean, you start naming things. This guy is obviously an earner. I think for everybody that he's ever really worked for, Gatorade, everything. So I appreciate how nice of a setup it is for him. And why did I, in my brain, when I heard this, think that Michael Jordan was going to be doing anything other than sitting in his house having a podcast? And on that note, how does the NBA, Adam Silver, and people you talk to around the league feel about all these OGs getting an opportunity to cover the game with the new rights deals?
Well, I think, one, your heart would have been broken. If you had reached out to me yesterday, I would have told you Michael Jordan is not going to be.
Hashtag Sean's do. Yeah. Hashtag Sean's do.
You might have tuned in as excitedly. So I'm happy you didn't. And, I'd rather you get your dream shattered, but you still get to experience the Michael Jordan, mentality, the aura that is MJ. But I mean, I enjoyed watching that. I think it was like a 3-minute interview. I believe half of it was talking about when he went to I think it was the Ryder Cup owner's home, and he got challenged to shoot a free throw. He said it was like years ago or something. Okay. I know Brandon Miller was drafted by the Hornets in 2022 in high in the lottery. I think it was the number 2 pick in Charlotte. He told a story at the time that he was shooting free throws with Michael Jordan, and he was trash talking Michael Jordan. So that was 3 years ago. So we do know that. We do know, I don't know how long ago this was, but at least 3 years ago, Brandon Miller and Michael Jordan, I think Brandon Miller, the story goes, he saw Michael Jordan airball a free throw. So shout out Brandon Miller.
No, I don't want to hear that. Listen, that is not what I want to hear.
That's a lie.
Shut up, you don't need to say everything that comes into that brain, okay? You can go ahead and filter something.
I'm just refreshing memory. So I don't know how long ago this was. Was this after the Brandon Miller encore? Was it?
Yeah, several years after.
We gotta do some. Now, how could it be several years? Several years is like this.
No, right, it was like a month ago.
Yeah, but he says in the interview, like, I haven't picked up a basketball in years. The last time I picked it up was insert story.
No,
yeah, I think what year was that? We got to figure out the years.
He said he hadn't picked up a basketball in years whenever he was asked to shoot the free throw. That's why he felt the pressure.
So Pat, me as a listener, I'm hearing that, and I'm like, what's years? Is years 5 years, 6 years? I know for sure he picked up a ball in 2022.
So that's probably,
there you go.
He airballed a free throw and said, I'm never doing that again. Yeah. I'm going to go golf.
And then he did it, and then he made it. So the ending, let's just... For our fantasy purposes, we'll just
for reality.
Wait, remember the camp too, where the kids. It was like if he makes every shot or if he misses one shot. Yeah. Well, how many years ago was that?
It was 2020, maybe 2019. That feels like it was a little longer ago.
Kids.
Yeah, if you make every single shot, if he misses one of these shots, everybody in here gets
free Jordans.
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
I will say though, Pat, I think the return of like players, whether, at Amazon, NBC, we're seeing a lot of former players, up there. And I love it. I mean, back when I was at FanDuel TV, worked closely with Chandler Parsons, Lou Williams. We had DeMarcus Cousins on, Iman Shumpert, Evan Turner, guys that would come on. And like, from my purposes, I know what I do. And it's always refreshing to hear the experts, the people that were in it, that lived and breathed it. I mean, you guys, you, DB, AJ, the other AJ, like, you guys have that experience, that the expertise that I think the fans hopefully can get and absorb that.
Yeah, me, AJ's in the D, but always try our best to just kind of give our perspective. But we think everybody obviously is a good voice to be heard. Now, when some people take themselves a little bit too serious and have never done, they're going to get buried every once in a while by some people. But that's the game that we're in. Mm-hmm. That's the world that we live in. And we appreciate what you do because we obviously can't do that. But I'm excited to hear the former NBA legends commentate all year long. Now, let's talk about a legend that is currently not playing but still in the league and has played against all the guys that are currently on TV now. LeBron James, okay, so he has a sciatica okay, in the back there with the Los Angeles Lakers. 3 to 4 weeks is what it was being said. Obviously, at this stage of his career, this might be beneficial for him long term if he misses 3 to 4 weeks worth of games here at the beginning, whenever obviously at the end of the year is whenever you're going to need LeBron James at his absolute best. Last year, he was flying around like he was a 29-year-old still. They were expecting him to do that. Luka obviously brought in to be the future of the franchise. Are we about to enter LeBron James sit in the corner, let Luka cook? Maybe LeBron James save the legs a little bit, still be able to dominate. Is this a new era of LeBron James basketball with the Lakers? And when are we expecting him to be actually back with the Los Angeles Lakers?
Watching the Lakers last night, I think they need LeBron James, who's going to be there, have the ball in his hands whenever Luka doesn't have the ball in his hands and Austin Reeves is either off the court playing off the ball. They need LeBron James to be LeBron James. That's what I saw last night. I mean, a top 15 player last year. He was on an all-NBA team. And this sciatica that we talk about, right, on his right side, it is important to note here, Pat. I'm told he first had this back situation occur late July, early August in an on-court workout. I'm told he was working out with Tyrese Maxey and Zach LaVine, and he felt something in his back. And then he ends up getting tests and things of that sort. And so this is an injury that's been described to me, and I think Draymond Green spoke about it last night, that it comes and goes. You feel it. You don't really have like a set timeline, or it's not like there's a treatment that you just do and it just heals. It's time. It's how you feel. And I think there was maybe a notion that he'd feel better by now, but obviously he needs time because all of the he didn't have an off season. So all that time that he missed, we're usually accustomed to seeing LeBron in August and September post these 6 a.m. workouts. We only saw that really for a couple weeks this summer. So he didn't have that routine, normal LeBron James offseason. And so I think this training camp, I think right now is a lot about him getting back into basketball shape and being able to go out there and play with the proper conditioning that we're accustomed to seeing him play, because he's not a guy that's just going to come in the game and just stand in the corner. I don't see that from LeBron James this year. Never say never where that could be next year, or if he keeps playing, or how the second half of the year goes if he's not able to be back physically. But I am told he's doing more and more on the court, but sources tell me he's going to be very, very patient with this injury. And I'm told the Lakers and LeBron are looking at mid-November-ish for him to make his debut. So we're still looking at some time here before he's going to be able to be back out on the court. There's still some boxes he's got to check. And in the meantime, he's sitting there watching this team. And, I think back, Rich Paul told me the day that LeBron James opted in that they just want a realistic chance. LeBron James just wants a realistic chance at winning a championship. And I think we're going to see how this team looks. And, watching this team, I can only help but reread Rich Paul's statement to me back on, I think it was June 30th. And kind of that message that they had was a cry for help. Like, we want this team to be as loaded, as stacked as possible so we can have a chance to win a championship. And, we'll see. I'm not going to panic over one game. I'm sure Laker fans are going to panic, but we'll see how this team looks as the next few weeks go on.
DeAndre Ayton, right, was brought in for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now they're getting an opportunity to obviously see what the roster is without LeBron playing. You talked about him not being standing the corner guy at this stage, and June 30th text from Rich Paul about wanting to win a title. It's like, if LeBron can continue to be the freight train that he has been, he's a modern marvel this year. Like, he is an actual... And then we don't even have to go back to the Olympics.
Insane.
What's that?
It's insane.
Yes.
It's insane. He's about to be 41 in December, and the fact that he's playing at this level, that's why, I can never picture him standing in the corner. If LeBron James has to, I think a lot of scouts, a lot of teams would agree. These Lakers need LeBron James to be LeBron James for this team to have a chance to really contend and compete for a championship. So if he is a stand in the corner player, I think that's going to shift
I'd say
balance of powers a lot.
Yeah, LeBron James on your team, on your roster, need him to be LeBron James to win. It's like, I'm excited to see how long that can last. Because remember, it's been like the last 3-4 years where they're like, LeBron James can't just be the ball dominant, run heavy at the age that he's going, especially they're running on hardwood. Think about how big it is, the joints, everything like that. They talk about the body and everything, the travel schedule, the lack of rest, all the shit that NBA players talk about. This dude's 41 years old and he's bigger than everybody. He's somehow still doing it all. The guy is a absolute physical specimen. And I can't wait to see him back. So what it sounds like you're saying is his sciatica might not be still hurting right now, but he needs to get back into game shape is what we're hearing. And through this process, the sciatica might pop up a little bit because it's kind of a sporadic. This sciatic is a little sporadic. Okay, that's pretty That's pretty good. A couple bars there, actually. So that whole thing to think about, certainly going forward in my life. But it is a sporadic thing, so it might pop up. But mostly, this is him training to get into season shape at the moment. Is how your feel is for the situation.
He went a little over a month before September 29th, which was media day and training camp. He went over a month prior to that. So we're thinking late August, mid-August. He went that far without touching a basketball, like real live basketball action. So you're already behind the 8 ball when you're starting training camp, and you haven't really done live basketball. You haven't been in your routine, normal off season. So he is playing catch up in a lot of ways as far as his conditioning. And I'm sure he's looking great in his individual workouts. He's got to get to the point where he's feeling like LeBron James. He's able to move like LeBron James. But listen, in the meantime, and even as we move forward, I think a lot with the Lakers changed once they got Luka Doncic. Like, Luka Doncic has been the guy. He is the guy for this team. He is the new face of this franchise. And so, yeah, they need LeBron James to be LeBron James. But Luka Doncic is 20. I think he just turned 26. Like, he is supposed to be that guy. If you're asking for – you need LeBron James to be LeBron James, which is, probably on this team, having the ball when Luka doesn't have the ball, probably being the 1A, 1B option. But you need Luka Doncic to be the face of your franchise as well. We saw that last night. He was absolutely brilliant. He played great basketball, didn't force the action, and the numbers he put up at the end, just unbelievable.
Yeah, 1 assist away from a triple-double. He goes for 43, 12, and 9, okay? And Lakers lose to the Warriors. The Warriors improved to 27-8 when Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green all play, including regular season and playoffs. Jimmy Butler, the third, 31 points, his most in a regular season game since joining the Warriors. And Luka Doncic, 43 points, most in a season opener by a Lakers player since Kobe Bryant in 2007. So obviously, Luka comes in great shape, playing his best ball. Are the Lakers poised to go on a championship run? And if they're not, what does that mean for LeBron?
Ooh.
Oh.
San Antonio.
Is that what you were saying about that June 30th message?
That sounded like a meteor. Like, I think that's what the sound you guys just made is like a meteor hit. The meteor might hit. We'll say, you never know.
Oh, he's saying that thing. It's buzzing. It's buzzing in the universe.
We know when LeBron James steps on the court. We saw with the message from Rich Paul, like, they want, like, in his mind, he's about to be 41 years old, year 23, never been done before. It's about having a realistic chance to win, and only time can tell. One game isn't going to decide the Lakers' season.
All right, there's another trade. We're not talking about LeBron being traded at this moment. We're just saying, hey, these things are all obviously being chatted about. There was a trade last year that obviously rattled the entire industry, rattled the entire sports world. On the same night as the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis, Indiana, there was a trade that sent Luka to Los Angeles to become the face of the Lakers. He looks better than ever. But at the time, it was earth-shattering info that maybe not everybody had. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about longevity. LeBron, first player to play with his son, and his son is making the rounds now on the internet. See some internet reports. I want you to clear this up for me. Did you text Bronny James to break the Luka trade, or how did this work with him sending that into the Lakers group chat, Shams?
Can we pull that tweet up?
Sure.
Can we pull that tweet up?
Boom. Right from your burner.
What's the tweet? I can't see it.
We have it up. Jeez,
so he put my tweet. See, some people hit me. They're like, yo, why is it coming out that you were texting players? I'm like, what are you talking about? It says right there. So they're saying that Bronny posted my tweet in the Lakers group chat.
That's right. That's right. You told him to do that. Yeah. You told him to do that.
I don't think I had time to text anyone that night. I had time to pick up like 5 phone calls that night. You being one of them, Pat. Yep. You being one of them. My hands were shaking. They were like this, like literally. Hey, Sean. Like, I was sweating bullets. I was like, I don't want a typo. This You have typos in tweets. This is not the tweet for a typo.
Yeah.
This is not the tweet for a typo. You got to make sure you're on it. You can't have any detail wrong. And the only people I was texting were my sources on the story. So about 5 people I was talking to. The last call I had, this is exactly how the call went. I picked up. I said, "Did this really happen?" Mm-hmm. And the person goes, "Yeah, it did." That's it. Hung up. I didn't even have to say what it was. They didn't have to say what it was. We knew it. And I put, maybe 20 seconds later, I put it out.
How about a self-censoring there in that big of a moment? Yeah,
This
it
is family-friendly airways. I can take advantage of
the platform. But you're a senior NBA insider. You need to make sure you
watch your mouth.
Yeah, you need to watch your mouth. And I'm about sick of your mouth too, the way you've been talking about these stories. Okay, so you need to slow it down, Shams. Yeah, that's obviously the tweet heard around the world very quickly. Hall of Fame tweet. Yeah. Hall of Fame break. And
so no, I didn't. To clear up, DB, I did not text Bronny James anything about anything that night or really any night. But that night was 5 people I was in constant communication with over a 7-minute period, and then my phone started going crazy.
A lot of sources.
Picked up my guy Tom DeCourty's call, Sports Center producer. Shout out to him. You obviously called. So there were a couple GMs I picked up, a couple other people, but there it is. There it is.
Yeah, this doesn't even count for people that screenshot it and posted it themselves. I mean, this thing's over 1 billion. Obviously, no typos, great capitalized letters there. I think you really pieced it together well. And
thank God.
I will say his hands were shaky strictly because I did FaceTime him, and it was like he was in that moment of like, holy shit, like it just happened, And I was telling him he got hacked. I think everybody's probably telling you that.
And you knew I was woefully unprepared because I had glasses on. You've seen my you're one of few people that have seen the hair without the hair.
Shams looks very cool without it all kind of buttoned up, just like whenever he's not saying words.
Yeah, exactly.
Shams got a little messy hair, and he's not doing king. You know what I mean? He is. There's 2 Shamses here, and we appreciate this Shams, obviously.
Fooling us. I expected Shams to be a wake up and make the bed type of guy too. I know you're in the hotel, but geez, Shams.
The bed's made. What are you talking about?
No, right there over your left shoulder, brother. It's right there on the.
Made poorly.
Man. You kidding me?
What? Are you
that's
4 years old?
That's made. Am I true?
What are you putting it on the counter for? What's it on
this house?
What's it on the side table for? What's that?
We might have a little straggler on the side, but it's a made bed over here.
Yeah, who made it? Helen Keller? Jeez. Come on, Shams.
Helen Keller would have felt that on the side.
That's a good point. It'd be better.
Helen Keller would have felt
You're
that
right.
if I had to get, because that was, right?
Yeah.
That was her entire
Deaf and blind.
means of, that's wild. The amount of patience. Oh, we don't have to get into that.
No.
We don't have to get into that. We don't want to get into that. Let's talk about patience. There's going to have to be some in New York, because we're all figuring it out. Go ahead, Tom, man.
Yeah, Shams, as a Celtics fan, I just try and rile Bruce up as much as I can because he loves the Knicks, and he actually is kind of pissed off today because Karl Anthony Towns, 1, is questionable for tonight, and 2, said that he doesn't really know what his role in the offense is with their new coach, Mike Brown. So what's going on with the Knicks? Did they kind of build a team for Thibodeau's style, and now they're realizing that they have to completely change the team because Mike Brown's style is different? What do you kind of expect the Knicks to be this year? And am I wrong in thinking that the Cavaliers are going to win by 50 tonight?
Whoa.
No, I mean the Knicks and the Cavs have the pressure going into this season to be coming out of the East. I mean they're Orlando, Atlanta, Detroit, Philadelphia if healthy. Boston's going to always be competitive, and we'll see Jason Tatum the way he looks. I'm sure he really wants to come back this season, but that's the pressure that they have when you fire Tom Thibodeau after making it to the conference finals. It's championship or bust. Mike Brown is entering a championship or bust situation. The Knicks roster knows it, but even the players in Cleveland know that this is a championship type season, championship or bust season. That's what's on the line, at least getting to the finals. So what comes with that, of course, there's going to be growing pains. Like I think Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, all trying to figure out exactly how Mike Brown is as a coach, his offensive systems and all that. But honestly, BC, the thing that I'm more worried about than anything is the fact that this team in New York right now is so, they're dealing with injuries. Like they're banged up already, and the season hasn't started. Mitchell Robinson is out tonight. Josh Hart is out tonight. That's your starting center and essentially your sixth man who basically can be a starter for your team. So you're already starting the year, and those two guys, I think there's a very real chance they're missing real time to start the year. And Mitchell Robinson, it's been touch and go with him all throughout the last couple of years. He's had ankle surgery, ankle surgeries. He's had time off. He only played I think 17 games, 18 games or whatever last season. So this is a team. They need to be healthy. They need Mitchell Robinson. I'm more concerned right now about how banged up they are. Even Cat, he's dealing with a quad strain. We'll see if he plays tonight. I would expect him to try everything he can to play. He's been playing through a ton of pain throughout the last few years. So I'm more concerned about their health.
I watched Cat run up and down that court against the Pacers with these eyes right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy I'm not that tall.
Yeah, he was lugging.
I mean, it was boom, da boom, da boom, da boom, 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 da boom, da boom, da boom, da boom, da boom. After about 40 times of that, I don't know how a body that large kind of continues to go. He was a weapon for him whenever he was balling, though.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Big Purr was killing it for the Knicks there for a while. Big games, obviously, tonight. And last question, obviously, comes from Ty about an ex-big man. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shams, we need an update. New season's officially started. Zion looks absolutely jacked. He's no longer a fatso, which everyone absolutely loves. What does this mean for the Pelicans? I feel like we've been doing this, the last 5 years, really ever since he's drafted. Now, it's kind of, they gave him the keys, okay? And is he going to be able to take him to the playoffs? What's going on with Zion and the Pelicans?
I'm looking at their injury report, and all of their main players are healthy. Kevon Looney, their backup big, he's out to start the year, but everyone else that matters is healthy, and that's the only thing that matters for the Pelicans. When Zion Williamson's on the court, we know he leads to winning and he leads to success.
Yep.
The problem is he has not been able to stay on the court, and then when he misses time with soft tissue injuries, he obviously, he looks different than before, and he also sets him back conditioning-wise, his basketball shape, and it prolongs his time period. And the Pelicans, trying to look out for him, set these expectations and set these ground rules. But they do have a new management in there. Joe Dumars is the new president of basketball operations there. David Griffin.
Let him play. Let him play.
He's going to do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that point this season with him. But Joe Dumars, I will say this: he's the guy that's won a championship. He was a champion with the Bad Boy Pistons. Then he was the GM of the Pistons in the 2000s when they won a championship. Then he's been a part of building cultures, building teams, and he's holding Zion Williamson accountable. I think this is for the first time in his career he's had a voice like this really hold him accountable. And so this is a pretty make-or-break season for Zion Williamson, for the Pelicans, see how this team looks. So when he's on the court, we know what we get, and he looks like he's in shape this year.
Yes, he is. We appreciate it. Let's go, Zion.
Come on, go.
Zion respects the art of being a chef, okay? So he dabbles every once in a while. And he just doesn't do as much working out as he's supposed to do. And then all of a sudden, everybody says with his style, the way he is built, they say, this guy's fat. Then he goes on the court, he has a quadruple double somehow. Okay? And that's just the Zion Williamson story. Everybody looks at him, says he can't do it. And then down there in the Pelicans are like, well, we need him to be able to run 45 wins. Puts the ball on a hoop, and then he finds somebody. He's electrifying whenever he plays. He is dominant whenever he plays. So if we get a Zion Williamson,
please.
We've been pulling for this for like a half a decade now. Long time since I started seeing him dunk. I've said this numerous times, so I
look at this. Look at this.
Boom, he's been doing that on little tiny white kids in South Carolina on the internet since I'm, like 25 years old.
For sure.
I'm 38 right now.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that a long time. I have followed Zion's story. The shoe blowout, the whole thing. I love how he is so explosive. He is such an explosive athlete. Like, they don't make a lot of humans in the history of the world that are as explosive as Zion. To be able to be as big as he's always been and to be able to do what he does at the effortlessness that he does it, it's like, this is a special talent. Then he gets the Pelicans and they will have him on a court.
And he has good vibes too. Like he's like a jovial guy. Yeah, that's why it sucks.
He's got himself into some stuff off court, but
No doubt.
because he's
Yeah, exactly.
you know. So it's an interesting dynamic down there with him and
yeah.
and then they pay him a bunch of money, and then they're like, yeah, we're still not gonna let you play though. You got to be able to. We're gonna see more out of you. I don't know if I'm. I hope it happens. Let's go, Zion.
Let's go.
Looking back on it, it's crazy. Like how him and Ja went 1 and 2, and like how their careers have both, gone. They've both been paid. They've both been very successful, but like very two different, like controversial number 1 and number 2 overall picks now.
And they can wrap it up in the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah,
That's
they
right.
can.
And that's what it's all about.
That's the thing is like both of them have a chance here, still have a trajectory line here to like make a great I don't know if second half's the word. These guys are still so young. Like it's scary. These guys are like 25 years old. And we're talking about like how they're going to finish their career. They have their whole 26, however old they are. They have their whole career. But I think everyone in the league would love like even fans of his, other players. They'd love to see him put together a 70-game season. The way he's dunking, he should be in the dunk contest.
82.
Try to lead this team to the play-in playoffs. Like that's what everyone's been waiting for.
Come on,
Zion.
Depot, let's be real here.
I mean, how many? Don't they play 82? We just saw the GOAT last night. 82 games.
Well, 70 would be great. Let's get Zion to play 35.
Yeah.
Before we
All
put
right,
this
let
walk
him
before we
play.
run.
Let's
Yeah,
put him on. Let's let him on a court.
That's what I'm saying.
That didn't sound like what it was.
No, listen, I'm a big Zion guy. First of all, I liked Fat Zion, so I don't know if I love new Jack Zion. We'll see if he's the same guy. Connor said he's very jovial. Being very jovial is a fat guy trait. That's not really like a Jack guy trait. So
That's true.
we'll
Remember
see.
AQ?
Remember what? Yeah.
Bingo.
In the room.
Yeah, living,
That's right.
breathing embodiment right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Two different people.
We'll see.
AQ and AJ.
Yeah, but you know what? To be a dog, maybe he has to be a little miserable, a little hungry.
You're right.
Maybe that's the new Zion.
Wait, AQ or
What's that?
AJ?
Okay, all right. All right, I forgot about that, yeah. That was you, Shams, insider, but not for football, obviously, or the program. Last question here from D-Butt for you. Big debut tonight.
Oh, yeah, going from one Duke #1 pick to another one. Cooper Flagg. What should we expect from his usage? Heard some reports about him being a point guard for the Mavs. What should we expect from Cooper Flagg?
I think he's going to spend a lot of the early part of the year at point guard. We'll see what the final starting lineup is, but the way they finished the preseason was D'Angelo Russell coming off the bench and Cooper Flagg as the point guard. I mean, this guy does everything. He's able to impact the game on every single level already in the league. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see the playmaking game so early in his career. They're kind of experimenting with it. Kyrie Irving, we'll see when he's going to be back. Obviously, that's their point guard when he's healthy. But in the meantime, I think they're going to put him in position pretty early.
Jason Kidd says we got him. This whole them getting #1 overall pick with this Cooper Flagg main event generational type talent after the Luka trade that we just talked about having at least 1 billion views and becoming the topic of conversation. It's certainly some conspiracy fodder, and your name is involved in all of them, including group text. We appreciate the hell out of you for joining us, Shams. Have a great NBA season.
Appreciate you guys. Happy NBA season. We'll be talking soon.
Let's see that bet real quick one more time. Can we just so we see that can't happen?
Hey, look at this. That's a made bet.
No, it's not.
That's
Look at the
terrible.
pillows.
Why are the blankets? Hold on. So look at the blankets on the left side too. It feels like this is like your thing. You put them up on the side tables.
It's no. We have some stragglers here. It's a
side.
big bed. I love my comforters. Maybe I got double comforters here. The pillows are up.
Oh, double, okay.
Double comforter.
But look, this one's on the table.
Oh, yeah, on the left.
And it's over here too. Yeah, can you keep moving, Sean?
On your right, Shams.
The other side too.
Let's see,
This
let's see.
one's over here. It's on a table, right? Didn't it, Chomps?
Maybe the comforter is so big you can't tell if it's.
Well, get a comforter that's big enough for your bed that fits the size of your bed.
But I also, how do you not know when you're making the bed? Because you have to be pulling.
Oh no, I got an extra 6 feet here.
Actually, there's a chance that Shams does. You ever see those people jump in the pool feet first and then they like go all the way down?
Yeah.
Shams actually goes in the top. Under the
Yeah, you might be
comforter.
right.
So he
Yep.
doesn't even have to pull them up on it.
I think this is a 7.5 rated make the bed moment right.
Oh,
Not even
Seven
close.
and a half.
You are disrespecting
Out
a
of
lot of
100?
made beds right now.
7.
You got some nice
Yeah.
parents.
You're out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Charania. Thank you.
Yeah, Tommy.